Hi, I'm Cody Sipe, and I'm once again here with my good friend Shawna Kaminski from Female Fat Loss Over 40. We're going to take you through a level 3 workout today. The only thing you need today is tubing, okay? But that doesn't mean this workout is not going to be challenging. So remember to push yourself, but take breaks as you need. Okay, Shawna, you ready to get going?
I am ready.
Okay, so we're going to start with a walking lunge with arms to ceiling. Okay, so you're reaching to the ceiling with both arms while we're doing the walking lunge. The purpose of that is to really help your postural control. It's to remind you to stay upright and reach to the ceiling, okay? Just keep that posture nice and tall. Okay, so reach up as high as you can above your head when you go down into the lunge. So remember, this is a walking lunge, so you do need some area to move at least a few steps one way and then the other way. So Shawna is alternating legs, right leg, left leg. Okay, we're getting 12 in all together, so 6 each side on this one. Okay, good job, Shawna. That's it, nice form. Go to the depth that you feel comfortable with, of course. All right, excellent job. Okay, so now we're going to do some straight leg marching with toe touches. So getting that leg as high as you can in front of you, keeping the leg straight. This is a good balance exercise as well as stabilizing exercise and working on hip mobility all at the same time. Now we're going to come back in a little bit with another type of leg swing. So we see we're going to build this into our workout today, really working on those hips. Okay, good job. All right, now from here, we're going to go into a backward lunge, okay, a backward walking lunge. So taking a lunge back and then pushing yourself back. Step back, push yourself back again. So this is a great exercise, especially for those thighs, to push off, push yourself back on. I know backwards lunge is a lot more difficult for people, okay? So keep your balance the best you can. If you need something around to hold on to, then you can do that. We're going to do 12 here also, so 6 each leg. All right, these are looking good, Shawna. So even though I'm not having you stick your arms above your head on this one, the same rule still applies, okay? Remember to keep good posture, stay up nice and tall as you go through these lunges. Really use those buttocks, really use those thighs, okay? Don't give those things a break. We want to work those the best that we can. All right, good job. Okay, back to the forward walking lunge. So this is where it becomes a little bit tougher because we just went through walking lunge and then a backwards lunge. We're back to walking lunge again. So we're pairing these together, getting all the repetitions in, but you're going to get tired. You're going to be breathing heavy. Okay, excellent job. You might be limited in your shoulder mobility as far as how high that you can reach. That's okay, but you just want to check yourself to make sure that you're not collapsing forward, okay? That you are trying to reach as high as you can. If you really feel like you're limited, you can do one arm reach at a time. So just raising one arm as you lunge, raise the other arm as you go into a lunge. But preferably you want to raise both arms at the same time. Okay, nicely done. Good form here. Follow the best form that you can. Last one. Excellent job. Okay, going back to the toe touches. Straight leg toe touches. Now, you might not be able to touch your toes, and that's fine, okay? You're going to be limited by your hamstring flexibility here, okay? So if you have to go lower, then just go lower. Get your leg up as high as you feel comfortable. This is really helping with that dynamic flexibility as well. Good job. That's it. All right, into the backwards lunge. That's it. Arms out for balance. Good. Now those legs are going to start to get tired, so hang in there. Fight through the fatigue. Continue to get better. If you really need to take a break, and then jump back in and finish these repetitions. That's it. All right, you're going to go down and back one more time. 6 more steps. That's it. Couple more here. Last one. There you go. Okay, take a quick break. Grab a drink of water before we go into our next triple set. Okay, so now we're going to use our tubing for a couple of different exercises. And we're going to start with a wide grip row. So you're going to get in shoulder width stance, a little bit of a squat position for stability, palms facing the ground. Now you're going to go into a row and keep those elbows wide. So you can imagine sliding your arms along a tabletop, okay, keeping those elbows wide so they don't collapse into your body. So sometimes we're going to do a row where we keep that neutral grip and track close to the body. On this one, we're going to move the emphasis into the upper back a little bit more. Okay, so we want that wide row hitting also the backs of the shoulders. That's it. Remember, good squeeze in your shoulders. Visualize that can that you're crushing right here in between your shoulder blades. Crushing the can every time. Okay, good job. Okay, we're going to go into a backwards crossover walk and trying to get really large steps in here. So she's going to try to cross over the line, cross over, that's it. Cross over, trying to take really big steps here. Okay, turn around. So don't worry about how fast you go. Okay, you want to try to really work on those hips, reaching back as far as you possibly can. That's it. Good job right there. Okay, let's go into our kneeling chest press, one arm. Yep, that's it. Okay, so in this one, left leg forward, working the right arm. You want this anchored somewhere about chest height or so. Okay, so this is a little bit above her head, and that's fine. Her angle is just going to come down a little bit, right? So the slight variations in angle aren't going to matter so much, but you do want it to be comfortable for your shoulder. Good. So holding that good postural position, especially when you come back, letting your arm come back so your hand's close to your shoulder, but not letting it twist you around. Okay, so really holding tight through the core, nice and tall. Good job. Sorry, go ahead and switch. That's it, right there. Okay, so she's keeping that arm nice and wide, that elbow's coming out to the side. Okay, she's holding that good posture, not letting it turn her backwards, continuing to breathe, not holding your breath, okay, not doing that Valsalva maneuver. Shouldn't see any purple faces here. Good job. That's it, press it out. Couple more. That's it, one more time. All right, good job. Okay, turn right around, getting into our row again. Good, good stable position. Feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart. Palms down, wide row. Thing about working with tubing, as you continue to challenge yourself, you don't want to let the tubing snap you back once you've done your repetition, okay? So see how when she comes back, she contracts, pauses, but then she comes forward slowly. She doesn't just let the band snap her hands back forward, okay? There's benefit for going kind of very controlled motion in both directions. That's it, one more time. There you go, okay. Going into the backward crossover walk again. Large steps, really trying to reach behind. She's getting good distance, so she's stepping backwards quite a bit, but she's also crossing over quite a bit. Now, if you can't do this, if this is difficult, just take much smaller crossover walks. If that's too difficult, just do tandem backwards walks. That's it, nicely done. Okay, let's do the chest press again. Go ahead and get the lower tubing this time. We'll show just a slightly different angle here. Okay, so same thing. Left arm is forward. She's working her right arm. Now the tubing is anchored a little bit lower here, so you can kind of, whatever you have to work with is fine. Okay, but now her angle of her arm is a little bit more upwards, okay, because it's anchored behind her low. Good job. Good breathing, good postural control here. Nice and strong. Two more. Hey, last one. Keep it going now. Okay, we're going to switch it over. That's it. Nice and strong. Okay, almost done. Halfway through. Keep it going, Shawna.
8, 9, 10.
Looking good. Hang in there at home. All right, excellent job. Okay, we're going to come back to the tubing as soon as we take a quick break, so grab a drink of water. Just get a quick swig. Okay, we're going to come back to the tubing. We want the tubing anchored high this time. Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Get into a half kneeling position again, left leg forward, right arm on the tubing, But now instead of a row, we're going to do a straight arm pull down. So she's keeping her arm straight, pulling all the way down right beside her hip, okay? And what you're going to see as you do that, a couple things. One is trying to pull you forward, so you've got to stay up nice and strong. And the other thing is you're going to feel that in your back and right in your side, okay? So really keep that strong. In addition, you're going to feel that in your tricep as well, okay? Because the tricep is helping to keep that arm straight. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Switch it up. That's it. These are looking good. Good posture here. Stay strong. Continue to breathe. Halfway through, trying to get to 12. That's it, Shawna. Good job. Last one. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to do stationary leg swings. Okay, so we did the marches, straight leg marches. Here we're going to work a little bit more on static balance on one leg. Okay, so she's going to be swinging her leg back and forth, okay, going as far back as she can without leaning forward, and then as far forward as she can, kind of staying on that one leg, doing 6 each side. Okay, now if you can't get your leg very high, that's okay, just swing it a little bit lower. See, just keep it as low as you need to, but as high as you're able to. Okay, we're really working this stationary leg as a stabilizer, really feeling that ankle work, aren't you, as you swing those legs back and forth. Okay, so now we're going to do something called leg reach back. So let me get you to turn to the side for this so they can see this. All right, so what she's going to do is she's going to bring her leg up. She's going to reach back for the wall as she leans forward. Okay, so you can actually position yourself close to the wall if you want to. Okay, now she can get her leg all the way back and straight. You might not be able to do that. So you might be able to just do a partial reach before you have to stand up, and that's okay. But ideally, what we're working for is you be able to get to the point where you can reach back with your leg and that your torso can move forward so that they are actually in a straight line parallel with the ground. Okay, so as you're doing this, you're going to notice it's that stationary leg, that planted leg on the ground. You're working that hamstring, you're working that ankle quite a bit to stabilize while you go through this movement. Okay, she has her arms out to her side just for balance, kind of in an airplane position. You can have something to touch on if you need to for balance. Good job. Excellent, good. So we got 6 each side because those are pretty tough, so we're not going to do a full 12 on each side, but we're going to swing back through that. All right, back to our angled pull down, one arm, straight arm pull down. Okay, 12 here. Remember to adjust yourself a little bit closer if you need the break, if it's becoming too difficult to do. So get a little bit more slack in the tubing. And if it's not too difficult, if the first round was pretty easy, scoot yourself back even more. Okay, give yourself more stretch on the tubing to make it more difficult. That's it. Good job. Let's switch over to the other side. All right, so while she's doing this, you might wonder, okay, why aren't we just doing both arms at the same time? Let's just get it over with and do both arms. And that's a good question. We do one arm at a time because it creates that imbalance in the body, okay? When you're doing both arms at the same time, yes, that's going to pull you forward. When you're only doing one arm, not only is it pulling you forward, it's trying to turn your body as well. So we are still attacking the core from multiple angles, making it stabilize your torso and your spine while you actually work these other muscles. That's it. Nicely done. Okay, back to leg swings. 6 each side. There you go. So she's able to go at a good pace and a good tempo and still keep her balance on that one leg. Okay? You might not feel as comfortable with that, and that's okay. Go at your own pace. Excellent job. Okay? Into the reach back, leg up, reaching back to the wall, and back down. Nicely done. If you feel like this isn't very challenging for you, you can try to do it without touching your leg back down. But most people are going to need that touch in order to kind of stabilize themselves before they go back to the next repetition. Very nicely done. Good. There you go. Good job. So if you notice as you try to do this, okay, Shawna's getting a little bit of turn in her hips, and that's very natural. However, what you don't want to do at this point is really open up your hips and kind of turn to the side in order to reach back. Very good. That's it. Good reach. Excellent job. So kind of shake those legs out a little bit. Okay, grab a drink of water. We're going to finish with our core movements. So we're going to use the tubing for our first core movement, and then we're going to go to the floor for our last core movement. So on this one, you want the tubing anchored, okay, about in the middle. The angle is not necessarily, vitally important, but you're just going to get shoulder width stance, standing nice and tall, using one arm. So what Shawna's going to do is she's going to do a chest fly with one arm. So she's pulling it kind of into the midline. So this is working chest and shoulder, but that's not really what this exercise is about. This exercise is about the core, okay? So as she pulls and gets in front of her, that's really trying to twist her body, and she's having to resist against it, okay? So what you want to do is you want to brace through the core and resist that movement. So there shouldn't be any trunk rotation at all going on, okay? So if we were really to kind of come in and say, hey, how is this feeling? We should feel you tighten up all through the midsection, okay? That's it. Good job. We're doing 10 seconds each side, going right back again. That's it. Good stable position. So challenge yourself a little bit more. If that wasn't too tough, go ahead and scoot away a little bit, okay? If it was too tough for you, okay, then you might want to go ahead and scoot a little bit closer. Nicely done. This is looking good. So Shawna does a really nice job of just keeping her body stable, okay? Really using those hips and core muscles to stay in position without any extra movement going on while she's doing this chest fly. That's it. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to go down to the floor and we're going to do front planks on the knees. Okay. So Shawna's going to get into this front plank position from the knees. But now what she's going to do is she's going to alternate just raising a knee off the ground. Both feet are going to stay on the ground, but she's just going to straighten one leg at a time, okay? Back and forth, going slow and in control. And what this is allowing us to do is work up to that full plank position. So if you can do a full plank already, just go straight to the full plank, okay? But this is going to help us to work up to that. Okay, good job. We'll do it one more time. Here we go, 10 more seconds here. Just slow, kind of knee marches, straightening out that leg, keeping your position, not letting your hips sag and not poking your hips up in the air, okay? Really continuing to hold this posture, head in a good neutral position, looking down at the floor but not dropping off, and continuing to breathe. Excellent, all right, good job. So nice workout once again. We appreciate you guys being with us. Go ahead and follow your functional flexibility program, stretch it out, cool down a little bit, and we'll see you next time.